Well, I'm back. So yeah, hey everyone, JSD Cool here, and welcome back to another Satisfactory live stream. Hello once again, it is Sunday, and I am ridiculously tired for some reason at the moment, so, you know, we're just gonna have to crack one open. Chugging the caffeine so that I can stay awake through this stream, because I don't know. Why not? Today was a thing, and we'll get to that. But first, yes, welcome back to Satisfactory. Today, once again, we are going to be working on the Fused Modular Frames factory. So yeah, let's get heading over there, and I'll show you the progress I've made since Friday. But yeah, today was a thing. So today started out pretty decent. Like, I got up at like 1:30 p.m. because why not? You know, I went, got lunch or whatever, and on my way back I was like, you know what? Today's a pretty nice day out, and it's actual bearable temperatures. I'll go for a bike ride around campus because I realistically need exercise. Probably not been the healthiest recently, so I was like, okay, I'll go for a bike ride around campus. And while I was doing that, I noticed that, geez, my tire pressure is, you know, seems like it's starting to get a bit low here. So, you know what? There's like a public bike pump near the dining hall on campus. So I was like, okay, I'll go there and pump up my tires. You know, just, you know, make sure my bike's in good health and stuff. So I go to do that. And as I'm attempting to put the bike pump nozzle onto the the inner tube stem on my bike tires, it just, you know, air, you know, rushes out when you're doing that, but I just couldn't get this thing on. So like all the air was was leaving as I was trying to put this thing on, and just would not stay or would not seal, and didn't work. So eventually my bike tire has just been completely deflated, and I do not have any air in my tire. So yeah, that's what. Oh gosh, I am tired. Yeah. So my bike tire's been deflated, and I can't pump it up because this thing just seems like it's broken. It won't go on, like, at all. And there's like weird thing where there's actually like two holes for it to come out. One hole for like the actual like bike tire part, and there's another hole which I think might be for like blowing up balls and stuff. But yeah, so anyhow, I now have a flat bike tire, and no air, no way to put air into. Why? Lights in this game are the worst, guys. Here, let's there we go. Yeah, lights in this game kind of suck. They're not reliable whether or not they'll be on or not. Like, sometimes they'll even look like they're off, but they're actually on. Ugh, so annoying. Anyhow, yes, I guess progress has happened since the last stream. So last stream, yeah, this wasn't here. I guess I got to like these things being done, and I was bringing. How far did I get last stream? I actually do not remember how far I got last stream. But yeah, I know that this wasn't all completed last stream. So yeah, the aluminum production system here is fully completed. Stuff that we definitely did last stream. Then we have the quartz silica production here. Of course, we prioritize the silica coming from these machines, which gets fed in a 2-to-1 ratio here. Or basically, there are two sides of this merger that have stuff coming from those, and one side that just has all these things. So we'll always have enough silica to actually produce the aluminum, but it heavily prefers that stuff. Then, of course, that actually goes into the actual foundries over here, which make the aluminum ingots, of which we need 3.75 foundries worth of these. So instead of reducing this foundry, because that would affect all the downstream ratios, I'm like, why not just take a quarter of this machine and send it to an awesome sink? So. And yeah, I guess none of this stuff had been done last stream because yeah, I put an awesome sink in under the floor here. Actually, we'll go check that out quickly. Probably should have like a more proper way of getting in and out of this factory on foot, but I guess you just have to break a wall and jetpack. But yeah, so underneath the factory here in this box, which actually doesn't rest on the ground, we have an awesome sink. I also put a light in here in case, like, we want to light this thing up. If we just close up that, you can get some like pretty interesting views of this, especially if you like reduce the brightness of the light. And go into photo mode, zoom out of it here. Yeah, you can get some pretty interesting views of this that look quite dystopian or whatever. But we keep this light off because that's a waste of power most of the time. There is a Mercer sphere, I believe, in this crevice that I covered up last stream here. And I'm not getting it. But anyhow, yes, the factory has largely expanded since last stream. But anyhow, back over here. So yeah, obviously I brought in quartz as well as bauxite and coal. I think we did the bauxite coal last stream. Not entirely sure. But anyhow, I brought quartz in from the this quartz patch up here. And actually, let's go up to the second floor here. From all the way up over there, and obviously because I didn't want to trek the swamp, and that's also a cliff over there, I just like built this structure to get us there. And pretty good I did is there are some small stingers somewhere down in that area, or that spawn somewhere down in that area that I was able to successfully avoid by doing this. I mean, it was a bit difficult to build this belt, but who cares? We'll only have to venture out into the swamp more during this live stream, so... Anyhow, continuing on to the rest of this facility. So, of course, the aluminum casing gets produced here. Going over this way to the two... Mind you now that... Actually, yes, at full capacity, right? Yeah, 2 full capacity blenders. That's what these things are called. Which are actually going to be making the fused modular frames. Of course, this takes heavy modular frames, aluminum casing, and nitrogen gas, I believe. So we'll have to get the nitrogen gas, but that's pretty easy. We're getting that from right here, and then we'll just like follow the hypertube all the way back to the factory here. Pretty simple stuff with that. But of course, the other major thing that arguably the most complex part of this is the heavy modular frames, which are being made or going to be made over this way. And I've actually laid out this floor of the factory, I believe, to its completion for the most part. So, manufacturers to make the heavy modular frames. The normal modular frames are made all back here in these assemblers. Over here we have steel pipes and encased industrial beams, which are, of course, reliant on steel beams, which are made over here. Oh yes! How could I be foolish? The factory itself has expanded. Obviously, I realized that the factory was quite small and just the aluminum part over here. Definitely will not easily be able to accommodate the full fused modular frame production. Heck, this middle kind of expansion section here literally just has these blenders, and that takes up a large majority of the floor space here. We had to have 2 manufacturers and a bunch of other stuff, so I mean, this part is relatively empty, but that's just because we're routing and we have that stuff. So yeah, just building up on top of that in this tiny square here, I realized wouldn't be good. So yeah, I've expanded the factory out, and actually if we go up there quickly. Oh, okay. We are running low on rocket fuel, which is really good jetpack fuel. So we're going to try to not use this stuff. I do have normal fuel that will start burning through after this, but that's just significantly less good for jetpack fuel. But I do want to burn through the stock of that I have in my inventory, so... Oh. Crap. Okay. All the way up here, then go backwards. Alright. Climbing up the radar tower. A nice view of the very, very foggy swamp below. Ah, that's the guy that was making noise. But yes, here's what the actual factory looks like. I decided to make it kind of U-shaped-ish, although looks a little bit more like a letter C now that I'm looking at it, or like the top half of an E. These 2 sections are way wider than that section there. Also not all as long as I was expecting, as I was imagining them being done there. But yeah, it basically is kind of this, like a C shape around the rock here in the center. which should hopefully give us enough space to work with. I don't know if we're going to need a third floor. If we do, it's going to be over here because, I mean, heck, we got the refineries which need a height over here. So yeah, you can see I've started laying out the foundries for steel production. Actually, now that I think about it, I need to go and open up the spreadsheet. Let me go do that quickly. Spreadsheet that tells me what all I'm doing here. Fuse modular frames. That doesn't store any of my crap. Alright. So. Yeah, so I've expanded the factory here. We just had this section. We now have all of this sections, which makes it look very big, but that space goes very quickly. So, also, something that is notable is that this section here is, you know, a couple tiles longer than that section there. And also the swap over here was strangely peaceful despite the power slugs. I think that's because there was fart rocks over here. I can see like 3 power slugs on screen right now. Bam, bam, and bam, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, let me just make sure that's... Yeah, that's a power slug. And you can see a fart rock still over there. Anyhow, yes, so to this actual factory itself. So the second floor here, hopefully the entire thing, I guess, apart from just this section around where I gave some breathing room to the blenders here on the second floor, is going to be mostly in service of making the heavy modular frames. For instance, these here are the actual inputs for screws into the manufacturers below. So screws are going to largely come in here. But first, yeah, we got to deal with all of this. However we decide to do that. Alright. Unfortunately, oh yeah, also, because they got leaks on the first floor of this section here, it's larger than needed, I decided to put a staircase here, and now I want to center the staircase because windows can be weird. Unfortunately, there's no quarter foundation railings, so I use these pillars, the frame pillars here, that are a quarter of the size of a foundation, or at least width-wise. They're more of a 16th of a foundation area-wise. Anyhow, to act kind of as like endpoints for the railings here. Anyhow. Oh yeah. Yeah, so actually, you can also show off the surrounding here. So we have geysers over here. We could use that for power generation, but I don't like that because, again, that's not consistent power generation, and I dislike any power generation that doesn't consistently output what it says, that basically requires storage of power. Then, right over here on this island here, oh, that guy's there. You can see there's a bit of random crap down there. Yeah, there was a stinger that, I don't know if it spawned around here or just was around here, so I initially put a bunch of random crap to prevent respawning, but the factory's here now, so that'll prevent respawning of that sort of stuff. So anyhow, oh, and I also, I guess, collected the summer sloop that was here. That also helps. Oh, and there's lighting in the factory because it gets ridiculously dark at night. Okay, I think that's everything like 15 minutes into the stream. Alright, now we can actually get to figuring this stuff out. So, if I go back over to my spreadsheet, my glorious spreadsheet. Oh yeah. I didn't finish the story that I was telling earlier. I got distracted by the fact that we've arrived at the factory. So, oh, well, let me figure out what we're getting going here. So, we have the production of steel ingots. Steel ingots, we have 6 foundries. It's 270 total steel. That goes into the steel beams and steel pipes. Steel beams need a total of, excuse me, 180, and then the steel pipes will need the rest, which is 90. How does that stack up per foundry? Each foundry produces 40. 5, from what I remember, yeah. So, go do some math about that. 180 divided by 45. 4. So 4 of the foundries need to go off to steel beam production. Yeah, this stuff right here. Actually, I guess I'll get some logistics stuff going for this then. Anyhow, so now finish telling my story for a moment. So yeah, I now had a bike with okay. That's gonna require tier 3 builds. Anyhow, so now I now have my bike, but I had no way of realistically using it because my front tire was completely flat. And even when I was kind of getting it back to the bike rack that I stored at, yeah, I had to like make sure it was only riding on the back wheel on the ground, because otherwise the tire was falling. The actual like rubber was falling off the rim because there was no pressure to keep it on. That was fun. So yeah, anyhow, I ended up having to walk all the way to the local Walmart to buy a bike pump in order to actually do it. So yeah, that was a bit of a hike all the way there and then all the way back. These guys need stuff as well. And yeah, that's so yeah, now I've done a ridiculously large amount of exercise compared to what I was originally thinking I was going to have to do today. And I am tired because of that. Yay. Oh yeah. I don't know if I should put these together or whatever. So if we go, we'll just, it's gonna need to be tier 3 here. Okay, so about there-ish is where we're gonna need, is that right? Yeah, I think that's right. So we go from you to you. Perfect. Similarly over see, over here is a bit harder as we have light fixtures in the way. Problem with lighting, especially when you have low ceilings like this, is that the lights are everywhere and they cause you to not be able to do things with the ceiling very easily. Like logistics. Also, mind you, these floor holes are definitely going to mess up where we can actually put machinery on the floor above, but you know what? Who cares? So we're gonna need it to be right there. And how? What do each of these need? You each need 30, which means that tier 2 should be completely fine to Satisfactory. There we go. That's pretty square-ish. Alright. Up to the next floor we go to plug all the steel production in. And then theoretically, apart from the concrete needed for encased industrial beams, we'll just need the actual raw materials. So, that and that are the two places that we have to put stuff in. 1, 2, 3, 4. So these 4 here all need to play nicely together. That can go into there. Then we tier 2 that. No, this has to be tier 3, damn it. Tier 3. And this is actually very close here. Just again, annoyingly, actually, you know what, let's like move this up so we can at least have some like conveyor belt logistics stuff going on. Is that the same height? I actually do not know. Nah, I feel like that needs to be another notch higher. Like there, I guess? I am just guessing and checking. Yeah, that looks level, I guess? Doesn't really... Is that going down? Whatever, doesn't matter. Yeah, I think that is downwards up. Oh well, doesn't matter as I said. Alright, so just gotta plumb in these. Alright, then these two gotta get merged together. And then we gotta send it over there, which is actually a lot more difficult. Because we definitely are gonna have various machines and stuff here. So if we go like... Nope. We just... I need to know where the ceiling is, so it's gonna be like here. That's most likely the ceiling that we're gonna have on this floor. Although it's probably gonna be like an actual ceiling or roof tile and not this. This is just an example. It doesn't realistically matter. This is just like an example of how high up this stuff is gonna be. Actually, we'll leave a bit of space for the lights as well. Actually. Bum 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 bum. Alright, and then we... Is that... No! Gotta figure out how to do stuff in midair. I think I did get them basically the right height though. So if we change these to vertical zooping. Oh, we're out of rocket fuel. Okay. Fun. Wow, I got that height perfect. Damn. Ugh. Alright. Alright, that's steel plumbed into ship. And then, of course, this is not going to be the real roof here. Probably, unless we need to go up to the 3rd floor, but even then we'll figure it out. We're going to maybe have a sloped roof or something. Alright. Next up, we need concrete production. Concrete, let me find that concrete. Concrete. 6. We need 6 constructors for concrete. Constructor... So it is needed down here, but I'm going to build it over here and then pipe it down and do a lot of the routing on the 1st floor because, you know, there's space over here that isn't currently being used. An okay amount of space for routing back here. Good heck. We can align it with like... So 1, 2, 3, 4... Ah. And then you see there's that. Whatever. 6 is also a pretty nice number for routing stuff, so... Actually, no, we'll do it down towards this end here. We do need to do both sides of these logistics. So... 1, 2 there. Alright. All of these are going to be concrete producers. Alright, I haven't done a lot of the logistics for... A lot of the input logistics here. For this stuff, probably mostly because I don't know how the inputs for coal and iron are going to work over there. But for this is relatively straightforward. How much limestone are we going to need in total here? 270. That is a tier 3 belt. Okay. And then we come over here to so okay, we unfortunately have to place that there like that. Then we're gonna have the primary splitter here, which is tier 2 belts there. Yeah, this is gonna have to be a little bit weird. Because there's also where am I actually I need to figure out where I'm sending that stuff down. Let's do that quickly. Alright, where in here do I need to send stuff down? So right over here. Obviously we're not gonna be able to do it there. Could try doing it like here. I wonder. Let's that's still kind of terrible, but let's see where that kind of maps to. Oh, that's actually good. Okay. How much concrete are we producing? 90? That's tier 2. Okay. That's the wrong direction. We'll figure that one out. Okay, hang on. Let's go do the logistics on the underside because we know that's good now. I'm actually sending the other resources that are needed down here because the actual modular frames themselves require rods and reinforced iron plates, which are both going to have to be made upstairs. Aye. Oh well. I'll figure it out. Okay, so right here we're gonna build another splitter. Yeah, we're gonna have to redo this. There we go. Here, okay, that seems a little dumb. Alright. There we go. That's routed now. Now we just gotta do everything upstairs. Woo. Woohoo. Alright. Alright, the merger can come in like right here. Or actually we need to, I guess, cap this first. So then we're gonna need to just put in more mergers here and here. Okay, so this is not worked out too poorly in the end. There we go. That'll probably be good. These are all configured for concrete. Alright, so that's, of course, borrowing actual resource input to the fact. Oh, I didn't do that. Huh. Well. I mean, okay, let's see. I can do a... Alright, I was thinking of doing a stackable conveyor, but then the reason why I didn't was because it was like, well, I'm afraid that, like, the distribution of actually sending that stuff back is gonna be... No, it turned out to be not an issue. Good. There we go. Now that's all plumbed up. Once we get the resources into the factory, it'll be properly split amongst these machines. Which means that steel pipes and encased industrial beams are completed. Now for everything else. So I guess the next most complex thing we're gonna need is the reinforced iron plates. Let's see. We need 4.5 assemblers, so 5 assemblers with 1 downclocked in order to in order for that to be sufficiently thing. I cannot talk now. I'm gonna go to the bathroom quickly. I'll be right back. Mute. Alright. Reinforced iron plates. Let's go. So, that will require assemblers of how many again? 5. Yep. Alright, where to put them then? That's the next issue. So obviously their outputs are going to have to go over here. We're not going to be bringing any else back here, as that's going to be effectively entirely dedicated to the routing of stuff to the inputs, actually. I think I'll place these things down, and then I'll actually get the routing of the inputs of these things done. I think. So, yeah, just putting these things in over here, I guess, would be good. Because the other thing is going to need is iron rods, and that's definitely coming from over there. 'Cause screws and iron plates and stuff, that is 100% coming from this part of the factory over here. So, yeah, this corner I think will be fine. Of course, we want... Okay. So, what? The hell? Apparently I can't build a manufacturer right now, but, okay, I thought I was building assemblers. Alright, I meant to do that. I don't know how I didn't do that. We do, again, want a bit of space for routing of resources around the edges. So we can't pack this stuff in too tightly. But the output routing should actually be relatively simple. So yeah, let's center that. And I guess push that up to there. 2 tiles worth of space for routing, that's good. So we're gonna need 5 of these. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Set them all to make reinforced iron plates. And then we'll set the one at the very... I hate routing things in fifths. Okay, so we'll set this one here to be at 50%. Oh, goddamn, I did that thing again. You can do a thing. Is it like pressing insert? Is it like here on the map? Okay, that is like a useful tip. where you can like create alerts that exist for like 10 seconds on the map or whatever, wherever you're pointing. So like if I want to know where the heck this tree was, it's 300 meters away, and you can see on the map where that points. It is useful, but it was a little annoying because I'm like, what the heck is that making pinging sounds? Anyhow, distribution of resources to these things. So I don't entirely actually. Let's gotta go back in my spreadsheet to where the steel ingots are. Okay, that requires, yeah, 270s. So a tier 3 belt, right? Okay. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6 of these. So actually, splitting down this is actually really easy. Just need, and they're all full power as well. So, you know, even easier. You just need a sufficient amount of space. I think that's sufficient to allow that to work. Yeah. And then you're just gonna, and then the biggest challenge here is you need the primary splitter to. That was incorrect. You're gonna need a primary splitter that splits into that, which should be relatively easy actually. So we then go do the same sort of a thing over here. There we do that, that, and that, as well as that, yeah, and then we just have the primary splitter, which is theoretically like directly in between the two. I just placed, oh, I placed a splitter beneath it. I was like, what, did I just place 2 splitters in the exact same place? Now, the problem with this is that actually getting belts and stuff out of that is not convenient, like, at all. Which is the problem with the sheer amount of space that I left myself here. If I do that, then yeah, that's fine. Okay, there is space with which you can route belts out of this. Now, yeah, I'm gonna have to still have this in tier 3 belts. Dang it. Okay, yeah, but I will have to have tier 3 belts, of course, going into these, because that's how stuff works. And I believe 270 of each is the number value, so we'll leave myself a sign like here. Just say X270 iron and CO. I'm pretty sure that was maybe a CPU chipset of some sort. Anyhow, that should let me know exactly how much stuff I need to do there. Wait, how much is a tier 3 belt hold again? I'm actually confused. 270. Oh, that's exactly. Is this why tier 3 belts can hold that specific random amount, which isn't exactly double the previous one? Because you can do this with it? Exactly 6 foundries for steel? Very strange if so. Anyhow. How many reinforced iron plates is this? Going back to those. 22.5 per minute. Okay. So, tier 1 belt's fine here. Actually, I need to... I might be good with putting in a conveyor floor hole, like, here? Let's see where that landed. Because obviously this is going to be completely arbitrary. No, that is not good at all. Not good at all. I guess there's a reason why I did it where I did it. Okay, let's replace that with one that goes there. See how convenient that one is on the upside. I say that because obviously the merger is going to take some space right there. We go merger. It's already... Can we do that? Can we then take... Yeah, the thing is it'd have to be like a little bit ahead. Can we move it that little bit ahead? To there, I guess? We can move it that little... Okay. And then... this side things would be pretty easy. Alright, let me go check down below, see how well that's doing. Close, but that does work. It's not quite on the light. You see, this is the problem with lights. They do cause this sort of problem to, like, emerge. See how much worse the jet fuel is, or the generic fuel is compared to rocket fuel? So much worse. Anyway. Because I'm getting here first on this stuff. No. How is that just barely too long? It literally cuts out just before it gets into there. It's so perfect as well, dang it. So, no, we need to go normal zoom for this. And placing belts in the middle of the air is a pain in the gosh dang ass. So, we go up. Neither of those work. What about now? Is that is the correct height. See what a pain placing belts in the middle of the air is? Because I gotta figure out places that I can... Well, I gotta place foundations in places, and then I gotta build new foundations on top of those foundations to make sure everything's in exactly the correct place. But anyhow, we got that down. Okay. Whew. The heaviest and most modular frames is what we are producing here. And then the most fused heavy modular frames, I guess. Right, gotta and by I mean just generally finish this. Alright. That is reinforced iron plates, and we gotta do the inputs. Crap. So the biggest problem with 5 is that you can't get to 5 very easily. Oh, hello there, chatter. Is my chat here? Oh, it is. Just doesn't move much. Okay. The biggest problem with splitting into 5 is that 5 is a terrible number to try to get out of 2 and 3. I guess any prime number kind of has that issue. That isn't 2 or 3. But 5 specifically is because it's so close to like 4. But it's just so annoyingly close, and yet so annoyingly different that it, oh, that chat message was a hot second ago. Anyhow, so what we're gonna do is these things are all gonna be perfectly split, and then we'll just have everything get split off to this thing on its way in. That way, oh gosh. Each of these is going to need 60... Okay, it's going to have to be quite obvious which one is screws and which one is iron plates. Well, regardless, here goes That is not facing the right direction. Here goes how things are going to be working. So tier 1 belts are going to be fine regardless going... That is actually built in the wrong position. Holy. That needs to be built... there. So tier 1 belts, for the final... Oh, I built this far enough back where that's... Okay, anyhow, we're gonna do that. Ah! Okay, well, I guess we're building from the ground now. So, boop. Boop. And then we have splitters here. Okay, now the tier of belt here is going to be a bit confusing. As one of them, a tier 1 belt will do, and the other one has to be tier 2. I'm gonna do tier 2 on the bottom. And it will then need to go up to tier 3 after this. Each of these, after this, each of these has some good tier. Alright. And then we're gonna actually, because the biggest problem here, actually, is that we then have this jerk here, which has to siphon off resources here. So really, because we are going to be using the limits here, so really these things have to go up a tier again after this. But of course, that's going to be coming from the production. Alright, so that's all the logistics for the reinforced iron plates completed. What's next? So, okay, the next resource that is needed in severe abundance by a lot of stuff here is going to be screws. And I would say that's severe abundance because both the final manufacturers and this step, and this step requires screws. So, if we consult the spreadsheet again, and I know you can't see this, but that's why I can see it. If we consult the spreadsheet again, total number of screws needed, I think, is like... Is that the total number? 630? Or is that... what is that equation? Oh, gosh. There's a bug on my screen. Disappear. Okay. Does that include the screws needed for the reinforced iron plates? I think it does. Cool! So that includes all the screws necessary for the reinforced iron plates. So in order to figure out... So the reinforced iron plates needs 270 screws. And the, just the general final step needs, or the heavy modular frames needs 360. So, what is this? AG6 plus I8. Okay, that's just... Well, let it show me... Oh, it's not showing me which cells that is. There it is. Now that I clicked it. Okay. So it's taking that and dividing it by AA4. Which is that. Okay. So in order to find the number of separate machines we need, we have to take that divided by that, and then that divided by AA4. Alright. In total, we need 16 machines. 9 of them going towards the final production. And 6 1/4 of them going towards the screws. Yeah. Or screws. It's all screws. Alright. I made that. Oh gosh, it's nighttime, it's dark. Okay, sorry about that, guys. The biggest downside to building up here on the roof is that we don't get the lighting that I've installed down below, because if we come down here, you can see that, while certain things that can't have lights above them do appear rather dim, the floor itself and a large majority of machines are at least semi-sufficiently lit. So you can tell what's going on and where you're going. Eventually we'll get lighting set up on the next floor, but that's going to be later when we're actually doing a bunch of factory design stuff. So now what I need to do is what we need now is we need 7 screw constructors, one of them downclocked to 75%. Once again, the numbers of the actual ratios and numbers of which we're doing this distribution do not make sense. But this is going to be bolted on to 9 additional screw constructors, which this area here is now going to be great for, because all the iron rods, all of them, are going to be in one specific place. Let's see. I guess this area is probably just going to remain a little bit empty right here. We're starting to stretch that way now. Alright. Now, the biggest problem right now that I can see is that the actual logistics space that we're going to have here is going to be once again constrained, and also I have to deal with the blender's floor hole here, so if I lock that there, because we're going to need 9 and 7. You know what, we can try pushing this here, and we'll just wrap this around and into the bottom here. Iron plates are just going to come from all the way out the end there. Let's go. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 3 more down at this end here. Surface to an image. Okay. Is that lined with that? That is not. That is now. Okay, so then there's 1, 2, 3. And now this is starting to extend over this. This is why you can see the fact that I was like, okay, this entire floor is going to be dedicated to like doing a bunch of this stuff, because it really is. Although if we're probably going to be able to put a 9 here and still have some extra space, so I might be able to move some of those over. We will see, because now we need 9, which is going to go have its output split between these two here. So, split between those, but I still want to have a decent amount of space for... No. Logistics space is not... yeah, actually having a decent amount of space here for logistics while keeping this stuff in mind is the thing. So, I'm going to nudge this bit in here. Actually, we'll test if I can have 2 sets of mergers. Because that's all we really need, is we just need like 2 sets of mergers. And they can be getting in the personal space of the these things a little bit. I do 1 merger there, 1 merger there. We can still connect these, right? Oh yeah, these things can be connected. Alright, that'll do. And then we have a little bit of walking space about. Yeah, this is gonna be fine. Alright. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Which, I mean, I can move one of these constructors over to this side, basically. And then we won't protrude so far out this way. I think I'll do that, but I want to connect up all the outputs of these things first. And come to think about it, I don't know what speed belt I need out here. So how many was that? I keep instinctively pressing the Windows key to go check stuff, and that's not what I should be doing. And I clicked it. Whoops. Clicking on OBS, guys. Did not do what I wanted it to do. 360. That is... what tier belt is that? That is tier 4. Okay, so we're gonna end up needing tier 4 belt by the end of this, and I might just make the entire thing tier 4 belt, because why the hell not? So, boop. 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 Alright. So from the first one here, obviously going from constructor into these things we can do tier 1. Am I out of... crap, I'm out of iron plates. Alright, I will just connect the rest of these things up with tier 4 belts. And then I will go get more iron plates, as that is an extreme necessity. Alright, iron plates time. Alright. Back through the pipe system, which honestly takes a while, and I don't know. I feel like, oh wow, look, you can see stuff now. I feel like maybe I should build an express pipe, which goes all the way back to the main factory from here. But that would also be a lot of effort, and double piping. So I don't know if I really will do that or not. But it's always something I could do if I feel like I'm wasting... actually, once I'm done with this factory, I'll probably never really end up coming back to the factory all that much, so... it's not really worth it now, is it? I have a way to get there which doesn't take all that long, realistically. And I should just be happy with it. Huh. Maybe it would be a good idea to put some hyper boosters on some of these other hyper tubes, though. Now that I'm thinking about it, that might be a bit useful. That might potentially help a lot with getting back and forth. Like, I will say, hyper boosting the tube that goes directly, the tube that goes to that actual factory, that has definitely saved a lot of time, especially on the way there, because it has to go up so far from the valley that you're in. But, because I was like, I noticed this very clear difference, like, wow, you get up that in no time versus it taking forever. And just think, oh, I'm here. Just think, hyper boosting was originally a glitch. Like, if you wanted to go fast in a hyper tube, you basically just had to start up high before then. But some people found that there was a glitch in the game where you could stack momentum from the hyper tubes. And then people liked it so much, and there is a power consumption penalty to it, that when they moved to Unreal Engine 5, they had to do stuff to purposefully implement hyper boosting. Because the Unreal Engine 5 apparently fixed whatever bug allowed for hyper boosting to be a thing in the first place. Let's see. Am I low on anything else right now? You know, I want to say no. I really do. But I feel like I am low on something. Oh well. I guess I'll come back when I inevitably run out of whatever that thing I'm low on is. Because I guess it doesn't matter. Alright, and now we trek all the way back. Do these exact same hyper tubes. Because, yeah, I don't know, the amount of time saved from building a dedicated hyper tube probably would not be enough from the amount of time it would take to build a dedicated hyper tube to go all the way there. Again, hyper boosting these tubes definitely would be a much better option. I mean, I did a manual boost start to this one here. I should do that on the other end of this tube as well, actually. That would probably significantly help the amount of time it takes to travel in the other direction. Also, now that I'm thinking about it, specifically for the foundries, 270, if anything, it's a very weird number. Because, like, doesn't divide, it's like, it doesn't directly divide evenly into 60, it's like 4.5 times 60. Which means, I mean, I guess that it's not as weird of a ratio as it could be. Also, look how fast we got up there. That would have taken forever if we didn't hyper boost that. So, like, let's see. I mean, the only thing about coal is specifically because we don't need any more coal after this in the factory. I mean, we already have that coal, which I had to overclock a miner to get. We're obviously bringing more coal in. Gosh, it's so much darker over here. Because of the additional shaders that are provided, or that are used in this area. Alright, anyhow. I have the iron plates now. Which one of you ended up not being connected? Was it you? I think it was you. No, it was you. There we go. Alright, now we largely do the same for the other side. And we'll move this one constructor over to this side because it slightly compacts it. And now they only slightly extend into this section of the factory. Yay! Actually, we should only therefore need a single merger over this way then. Because we'll have this one, and this one. You can all feed into the same one of these. And then, I don't know, I'll just do a tier 3 belt here because I'm too lazy to calculate what the correct tier of conveyor belt would be. Oh, these ones are actually too close in. Okay, hang on. I thought I was... It's not even in the right location. Why is this so hard? Like... Just snap to what everyone else is already doing. And then we go to tier 4. For the rest of these, as I cannot be fricked to figure out what the proper tier belt there is. That one's already connected. Alright, and those are all connected up to this now. Now we just feed their outputs to the places where their outputs want to go. So, this... We'll snake around to that. We'll first have that go there. Have it go turn just short of the steel going down there. Great. And this one, considering we're not going to be using this space for anything else, can come like straight out here, go to a splitter. That's tier 3, that's... Wait, they're both Mark 3? Is one of these supposed to be Mark 2? Let's go check. Yeah, that one's supposed to be Mark 2, compared to that one being Mark 3. Okay. I don't know when or why that happened, but that was not supposed to happen like that. There we go. So we'll do a Mark 2 belt here, a Mark 3 belt here. That should be perfect ratio-wise for getting rid of that. Alright, and that is the... Actually, I gotta configure all of these to be screws, with that one towards the end being a fraction of what the others are. Of course, we have this unnecessary probably pretty unnecessary. Like, if I didn't have this, I probably could have compacted these a little bit more. Oh, well, I put it... I really did want to see, like, the top of those blenders, because they are pretty tall. And they do interesting stuff, so... Yes, I'm doing that, then. And a couple more to go. So all 9 of these things have to go for like 100%. But this one here can be at, let's see, what was the ratio? 75%. Which isn't terrible. Alright, so how many rods do we then need? How many rod constructors do we need? 7. Yep, we're gonna need a 3rd floor. We need 17 rod constructors to be split across. Well, okay. Splitting on this side is going to be quite easy because that is what? How many rods per minute? That is 157.5 rods per minute, which isn't even, which is a tier 3 belt. But because this is a multiple of 3 over here, or has factors of 3 and 3, I see math comes back. You see, while I completely understand why many people dislike math, if you want to play this game efficiently, you really do need to use various mathematical principles, like ratios and stuff. Hello? Oh. What did I do? These are mergers, not splitters. Okay. You know what? I'm gonna squeeze these things right up in here as well because we're going to need we do have a bit of space for logistics here, but we're still gonna need all the space that we can. There we go. We're still gonna need absolutely all the space we can get here for belts to be routed correctly, because yeah. There ain't much space back here. Actually no, that should be a tier 2 belt. And then, I actually don't know for how much this tier 3 belt here. So this should be whatever... 90. What? Wait, it's in total 175 on a tier 3 belt. Oh. This is only 90 here. Tier 2 belts will be completely fine here. Alright. So this is 90 here, and then the remaining 7 are a problem in terms of distribution. Oh. Hello. That one's placed slightly farther back, I think. Maybe? Maybe not. I don't know. Okay, so... Actually, you know what? Here's what I'm gonna do. Because this one's on the other side, I'm gonna turn this one to 75%. No, wait, no, I can't do that. Never mind. Fuck. I was like, wait, I'm gonna turn that one to 75%, and then wait, no, I can't do that because that would be on the wrong side of things. Wait. No, wait, no, that is on the right side of things. Never mind. Yeah, I'm gonna switch that one to 75%, so that's going back to 100. Yeah, this would be correct. And then we'll have, like, the one main belt will come in and split 3 ways. A tier 1 belt goes here, and then tier 2 belts go to each side from a tier 3 belt, I guess. And that will be that. So then then this is going to be 6 here, which is also easy to split because that is a factor of 2 and 3. Oh, that's actually the... No, that was correct, damn it. We belt these things together. This one just happens to require a... that was strange. Okay. Tad more belt than the other one, and then we have beltage going all the way around this hole. Everything's good. Oh yeah, we just need, I guess, a conveyor splitter. I think tier 1 will suffice between these splitters, realistically. Like, I know I did tier 2 on the other side, but I think that's technically necessary. Yeah, each of these is 10. So together this is only 60. Together this is actually a tier 1 belt's worth. Okay. Okay, alright, so next we'll do that, like, what I called the primary splitter over here. This one gets you get a tier 1 belt. And, you alone will get a tier 1 belt, but it can't make up its mind for how it's gonna go there. Okay. And then you get a tier 3 belt. And I don't have the reinforced plates to do that properly, so we'll build that, and then we'll go all the way back to the main factory again to get what I need. We're gonna need 16 constructors for those iron rods. Yeah, that's gonna be a bit of a challenge to fit that all in that one area there. But I guess that's what we'll have to do. So all the smelting and maybe even iron plate production is gonna probably have to happen on the 3rd floor. Dang. I did not expect that, honestly. I'd say that I did not expect that. Yeah. Look how slow we're going already. Yeah. Wait, what? Oh no, not again. I'm pretty sure there's stuff on this belt. Pretty sure there's still coal on this belt. It's just... server has been restarted in a hot second, so it's not properly rendering them. You know, you'd think this would be a client-side issue, but no, it's actually a server-side issue that stuff's not rendering on the belt, which is really strange. And I don't understand that, like, at all. Like, I was thinking, oh, maybe there's just too much stuff in the world so it doesn't render. No. It's the client, it's the server not properly telling the client that there's stuff on the belt. But if you, like, if your crosshair goes over the belt, you'll still see the outlines of the stuff on the belt. Which then makes even less sense. Because why is your crosshair able to detect that there's something on the belt, but it doesn't render it? Is that not done on the client side? How is that a server side thing? Yeah, all these belts are empty, so yeah. It's, the server's doing this stuff, so I guess after today's stream I'll go physically restart the server program. Because while the server does a reset on its own sometimes, or restarts itself, the program doesn't kill itself. Oh, and suddenly everything's back on the belt as I get to the factory. Okay, that makes even less sense. But yeah, I don't know what actually happens there when the server restarts itself. Like, at all, because it doesn't, like, kill the process and then start a new process. That's probably enough. It just, like, kicks everyone out and, like, saves the game and then reloads the save or something like that. I don't know. It's not a real restart, and it comes with those issues of like stuff no longer rendering on belts anymore. Because I also feel like that's broken. So like sometimes, because it's at midnight when it restarts, sometimes it just doesn't restart. Like everything's rendering on the belts now. I know I don't understand the networking code stuff too well, but still. No, I hear that fan behind me getting a little bit angry. I don't know what's wrong with this box fan I have. Because it likes to do a lot of loud vibrations a lot, but if you like try to deform the actual like casing for it in like certain ways, it'll just stop making noise, which is really, really weird. Like sometimes in the morning when it's being very loud, I'll just like reach over and just like grab onto the grating a little bit and just like start pull it a bit, and it'll just stop making noise. Now, to be clear, it's not like I'm pushing or pulling it in or out towards the fan. It's like perpendicular to the flow of the air that that you deform it, and it'll like stop making noises like it's making right now. Down there's the nitrogen supply. Haven't got down there yet. And we're also passing coal patches that are most likely going to be our source of coal, so that's a benefit, I guess. People outside saying things that I can hear through these headphones. That's fun. Alright. That's right, I was trying to build this belt here. There we go. It actually leaves a nice little pathway from that staircase here to get to where there's not going to be space for pathways. We're going to have to put in a ridiculous number of the iron rod things. It's like, what, 17 or something? I'm going to go look that up again. Play iron rod. Yeah, 17. 17 constructors. That is also an annoying number. 17 is prime. But it is one more than 16, which is evenly divisible by 2. But the problem with all these by 2 divisions of stuff is that that's a lot of space for that. That'll take a lot of space for the logistics of that. So actually, if we place a constructor in line with that, and then... Oh wow, that actually leaves a decent amount of space for that. We can place another constructor over here. There we go. So we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh yeah, there's this ramp that goes up. I'm gonna delete this ramp at some point after we get all the resources out of this swamp that we need. I'm gonna delete it because it's not necessary, and it's weird that it just kind of comes into the factory here. And hey, an extra tile. We are gonna end up being 1 constructor short, which is so annoying. Anyhow, because if we go... Why is it not letting me snap it here? Okay. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Well, we do need a half one. We'll need an additional half constructor, which can go back here somewhere or something, for iron rods. So let's just go. And obviously none of this is connected to power yet. We'll do that after we get a roof or ceiling on this place. Because that's realistically what it's going to be necessary. Alright. And then we'll just tier 3 belts through the core of this, because that's what we need at minimum in the output anyway, so might as well just continue that all through for simplicity's sake. It's not the correct move, efficiency-wise, but it's like, it'll work, and won't negatively impact the end result, so... That's a lot of sound in my ear. But alright, that is 16 out of the 17 constructors that we need for this. Ready-ish to go. Now we actually need to feed them items. And the annoying part about this is, as I said before, these things require buy two, like, hey, I think it's, well, multiple stages of buy two divisions of items. So, right about there, and then, yeah, these two here are the ones that are gonna get it next. So, now, okay, and the reason why ratios and math is important here is because, while you could just do like a lot of fast belts just on like a single line of splitters, that will be inefficient and you'll end up effectively starving machines at the end of your line for parts, while machines at the beginning of the line are always fed, which means that your downstream production doesn't work correctly. Using this method of like tier splitting, everything will effectively get the exact supplies it needs when it needs it. It does take a lot more space in splitters though, but again, efficiency. Efficiency has increased greatly. I'm sure Ada will be very pleased. What is each of these requiring 15? So 4 of them can handle can be handled up. Ah, strange. 4 of them can be handled on a tier 1 belt. And this is very, very much very tight here, but it's a tier 2 belt for resources coming out of here. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. Okay. Now we do this on the other side and figure out where that final constructor is gonna go. Here we actually have a tad bit more space, so we don't need to be as in their face about placing the splitters in as we did on the other side. We can leave a tad bit of breathing room. Not too much breathing room though, but you know, tad bit, because space is not at such a premium here. I think that's... Oh, did I? Okay, well, I did that same thing there. I don't know exactly why that's happening, but cool. I also don't know where the belt that's actually going to come into with all these resources. Oh, and I put a rail. Oh right, I raised this ceiling at one point. Originally the floors were going to be like 3 tiles tall like there in the main factory, and I decided to make the floor for lighting purposes, I guess, so that the lights were actually further above all the machinery. And I forgot to put a railing back on most of this. There we go. There we go. There you go. So we still need to have singular machine, singular constructor right here that feeds that into there, and that will be producing 7.5 rods per minute. And I don't know where the input to this is going, because if we go to logistics, it's gonna split for all of these. What did I put in the second one though? All of these are getting split up right here. And we're gonna put, just say, there is not an easy way for me to do this. I guess if I do it like this, you can have tier 2 belt that goes in here. Another tier 2 belt that will ride on top of this one for a brief moment in time. That will come across here. That will then go into there. And then we get a tier 1 belt to wrap around here. And then the actual iron ingots for all of this will flow down on a tier 3 belt. Tier 4 belt? Which iron ingots is this gonna need? Now that I think about it. Iron rods, iron rods. Oh yeah, and all the iron plates, I guess, are gonna have to be produced on another floor. 247. Yeah, no, tier 3 will be fine for that. Okay. Because tier 3 is 270 for some magical reason. Alright, let's start building up some walls here then. Because this floor is effectively completed. So... Alright. Yeah, we can do a little bit of factory building here. At least walls-wise. Obviously we're going to have the actual next floor itself that we're going to be putting in here momentarily. But the main thing with that is it's not going to be extending over the entire factory. The next floor is only going to be over, theoretically, this side of the factory here, where it's needed for... I think that's gonna overshoot there. But only one. Okay, that's not that bad of an overshoot. Because yeah, over this way, it's... I don't know what the ceiling's gonna be like, because the floors being reduced in size comes to mind. Anyhow, we'll, I guess, stop building up the walls there, because it's not gonna take that much, I don't think, of the next floor to be doing all the iron production for all of this. But you never know, I guess. Oh, there we go. Because mind you, it is each smelter doing 30, and smelters are also quite small. So smelters will hopefully, I mean, actually, how many constructors do we need for iron plates? 7. We need 7 constructors for iron plates, which I guess we could put over, like, a part of the midsection here. Potentially. And we'll stop that there. Alright. Alright, now to get up to there, we're obviously gonna need more stairs. So here we go. For some reason, stairs are only available in the catwalks and not the style of catwalk, which is the modern style, and not the walkways, which is the industrial style for some reason. Don't know why. This is what we want though. We're gonna need that, then 2 more stairs up to what is then the next floor. And that is actually clear above these, so yay. We could, if necessary, extend this a little ways out over those, but I don't think we will. Yeah. Alright, let's just cover in this corner for now. Because while we do need, obviously those 7 constructors for iron plates, I will definitely want those to be, like, basically on the edge over this way, so that they can easily be dropped down and fed out that way. Alright. Ooh, interesting views from up here. Factory's growing. Alright. And actually, we'll put the windowed walls for now up here so that we can, you know, have an edge that we don't instinctively want to jump off of. Oh, out of silica. I know where I can get some of that. Oh, hey, this stuff is actually fully backed. Hang on a second. Oh, the heck? Ah, you know, that would be. No, there is a belt in there. What's going on? Why is this thing not building? Doing overflow. If I said overflow this direction, why is this not considered overflow? What the hell is going on here? Ah, my client is being dumb. That's what's going on. Okay. Alright, this is that's similar to that issue with the serve that I was talking about. Similar to that issue I was talking about where nothing was on the belts. Everything being on the belts here is, I guess, also the reverse side of the same coin. That's fun. But yeah, actually, what I'm probably going to do is I'm probably not going to have this thing be so high. This is probably going to start sloping up at some point with the roof to be over this section. Haven't exactly decided what's going to go on with that yet. But anyhow. So, iron ingots. We only need 15 total smelters? Damn. Okay. Yeah, that'll be really easy to... Actually, hang on. Let's get that location where iron ingots have to come down here. So, that'll be like... about here-ish? Let's go center that. Mark 3. There we go. Yeah, that's going down. Okay. And the game crashed. I don't think I had a game crash for a hot second there. And this is why we use a dedicated server. That way, if the game crashes, it doesn't have to work. I don't have to worry about it. Oh, that's fun. Exception access violation. Reading the address hex 18. That's a null pointer if I've ever seen one. Of course, offsetting. What would that be? That's not actually 18. It's hex. So 24 bytes into offsetting 24 bytes into some data structure. Blah 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 blah. Stack trace. Factory tick. Factory remove item at. I don't know why I'm looking into this. Yeah, no, okay. Factory underscore remove item at is the function that. Okay, they leave debug symbols in their. For some reason, they're like fully like released version. They have debug symbols completely intact because this thing is telling me that it was at FG conveyor chain actor.cpp line 705. Actually, that's giving me exact. Wait, no, that's not. Sorry. Wait, is there? Hang on. I now need to try to explore this file location. Sorry, this is just completely disrupting the. Is there a build agent folder on my computer? No, there's not. Okay, so yeah, that is not a file path that's actually on my computer. But I guess that would be the location and file path from when this thing was built of what the problem would be. So yeah, conveyor chain actor line 705 is the problem apparently with what caused this crash. So yeah. Send report. I have no idea. I wasn't really doing anything realistically at that time. Oh hey, it's restarting the game. How convenient. Back we go. Oh, actually, I'm gonna go back to here quickly while I join into the server. Did the server crash? It's not connecting. Time to do that bit of diagnostic shit where I look into whether or not the server crashed. Now that didn't mean I have to remote into the server. Did it find it? No, it's still considered connecting. Which is really weird because the server console saying it's notify accepting connection from my IP address. I'm going to therefore restart my game. Because I know it did just reset from the crash, but I don't know. Maybe something's still broken from the crash, so we're restarting it here. And if that doesn't work, I'll restart the actual server code itself, or the dedicated server. I'll restart that program. Okay. Okay. Now it's letting me join. Okay. Yeah. The crash just did something extremely dumb and weird with I guess the networking code in Satisfactory that broke it, so that's fun. Alright, we're back. Now, what was I doing again? I was about to start placing how many is it? Oh gosh, I gotta go look back at 15. 15 smelters. Again, 15 ain't a great number. It's exactly 15 though, so you know, it's a little bit better. 15 ain't the best number in terms of stuff, because 15 itself isn't the most evenly divisible thing in the world. I mean, actually, it should be fine considering we're going to have an awkward ratio for the foundries over there anyway. So, wonder how close I can fit. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Damn. I don't really actually want to have them all in the line like this either. So... yeah, also their outputs need to go in different locations, like the iron rods require... oh god, these ratios are terrible. 247 and a half of these things. Which is 8 1/4 of these things. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then the rest of these things going to exactly 15 will go on the other side here with a little bit of space for a bit of more complex routing in between. So I'll go out here. But still, we'll start like here, I guess? So that's 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. I'm out of rods. Oh, I need one more though. One more. And rods are very important, so back I go. So actually, once I get into the next hypertube, I'm gonna go to the bathroom once again because I have apparently drunk a lot of liquids quite recently. So that's fun. So I'll just wait for myself to get there before I run off to the bathroom. Alright, to the bathroom. That's, by the sound of things, sounds like I'm just in time to go to the next hypertube. Oh, my frame rate. That's fun. Yeah, I did not expect that very low frame rate there. I'm still not entirely sure what the source of this very, very low frame... oh, it's not that low anymore, actually. It's gone back up. Maybe it was loading the factory? That seems kind of strange. Yeah. Iron... oh, and... yep, okay. I'm still gonna restart the server after the stream, but like... and one more, why not? I'll... grab a few more iron plates, I guess, and some concrete. While I'm here. Have enough of hopefully everything else. Actually, I'll grab steel beams. Hearing all these machines whirring and doing stuff, but no items on the belt. So that's pipes. I did not want to do pipes. The way Jared Cole set up the storage locations for this stuff is definitely very weird. very weird. Alright. Back through those incredibly slow hypertubes. Well, obviously they're faster than walking or whatever. Back through the hypertubes to that factory. Man, do I know a thing or two about walking today? Or what I had to go, or what I put myself through today. Huh. But okay, I don't know why it does that. That is definitely a weird bug there, where just like with these things, sometimes they just like immediately spit me right back out, like they've just rejected me. There we go. That time it actually let me go in. And I swear sometimes this kind of happens with hyper boost and stuff, but then it just going really slowly through it, so it's like, yeah. You gotta go back. It's quicker to go back and through the pipes again than, or through the booster again than it is to actually go all the way to your destination at this slow default speed of a hyper tube, which isn't very hyper. I will say though, they have definitely in multiplayer improved the hyper tubes. Actually, originally they weren't that big of a pain, but after update 8, they were definitely pretty bad. If you weren't the host, it was pretty bad using a hyper tube. Like, sometimes you would just, like, as the client, the server would send you through the tube, but your client wouldn't detect that you're in the tube, so you'd kind of just not be where you thought you were, and other times you just get stuck in the tube. And have to relog, because you couldn't do anything. And then you'd be out of the tube. It was horrible. So much better in 1.0. I'm glad they put the effort into fixing it. Oh, this factory looks much different now that it's like properly 2 stories tall. Alright. Up to the 3rd floor. I think I needed 1 more of these, right? We need 15 total. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Yeah, okay. 15. There we go. So all of these to iron ingots. Because it is very surprising. We only needed coal, aluminum, and iron in this factory here. I mean, obviously we needed like, I mean, I'm talking basically normal. I mean, okay, we also needed quartz and limestone and nitrogen, but like no copper or caterium is necessary. So strange. Anyhow, we need 1/4 of this. This one we need 1/4 of, and then the rest can go off that way. So that's going to be a little bit challenging. Let's get on that logistics game. Not actually entirely sure about the... Okay, so we need 2 splitters here. And the second splitter is one that actually produces the results to go into this merger. And we're actually going to move it there. Oh, that's fun. Guess we'll have to route it around like that. You know what? Let's... But yeah, I want all these ones separated. So anyway, we'll worry about that in a moment. Now, the actual speed at which I'm gonna have to do things in between. Oh, it's gonna be tier 3. I know that. Uh-oh. We don't have lights up here or on the floor below us at the moment. Right, and then this other side we'll use tier 3 for the speed of things, because why the heck not? Okay, so this quarter here is gonna come out here, and then we're gonna need a merger right here. Oh. Wait. I just realized this is... Oh yeah, no, this is absolutely just for iron plates, which are going to be like 6 constructors, right? Actually, we could potentially just fill them right across here. Anyhow, that should be the correct ratios of all this stuff. So actually, yeah, we... Alright, and yeah, I'll get those inputs sorted in a moment. It's 7 constructors for iron plates, but still... 1, 2, 3... No, wait, sorry, I can only fit 5 across. Damn it! Well, actually, maybe this isn't terrible, so... So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then we need 2 more which can be facing them on... Right, we had to reset the game. On, what the heck? Okay, no. On this. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then we get... Yeah. 6. These aren't packed in as tightly as they could be. Oh, whatever. Doesn't matter. 6. Oh, these are actually the wrong direction. There we go. All of these being producing iron plates, one of them at 75% speed, and we'll figure out which one that's gonna be. All things considered, it's probably gonna be one of the ones over here, actually, because we get this one. Because, hello, can I... Get out of this? Thank you. Because what we're gonna need is we're gonna need a splitter that splits things down. Yeah, we're gonna need a splitter that here to split things down between the distribution that's going to happen right here and the distribution that's going to happen for stuff around the corner. So, because we're going to have this splitter. These all require 30, so yeah, that's going to require tier 2 belts. Huh. Turns out... Turns out we're just gonna do something very messy here to try and cope with this. That works. Alright! I generally don't do anything that messy, but that works for this situation. For these next ones, it's actually kind of annoying, as I'd like the splitter to go over here, which means I'm going to have belt hinge going backwards, but, whatever. What the hell? Oh. Just connected the thing to itself. What the heck? Oh. Okay, then this needs to wrap around into this thing, but we're going to have to do that. Alright. Then the Mark II belt can come directly alongside this. Ah, that does all fine. Alright. And then these all get merged down, which is why I wanted them all to be the same, like, alignment, really. Alright. How many iron plates does this produce? 135. That is a lot. And that's also tier 3 belt at the end. So gonna need a tier 3 belt to come out of there, and then I don't know exactly how it's traveling down to there, but somehow it will, I guess, travel down to there. No! How did it do that? Okay. This time it's gonna be like correct. Alright. Besides this little spaghetti belt here, that's all gone pretty well. And then we just gotta figure out how to take the 450 iron that's gonna need to come in here. 450 out of... Mind you, the total iron that we're gonna need to bring into the factory is 720. So... and 270 was that minus 270 is that? Yeah. There we go. Yeah. Okay, so out of the 720 iron that needs to come into the factory, 270 needs to go over that way to the smelters. And 450 needs to come over here to the... Right. Smelters are over here, foundries over there. Whatever, you get it. You get the idea. We have 15 of these, which is a really awkward number. So we're just going to have one fed. Also, they're odd numbers on each side. That's kind of stupid. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh no, these are even numbers. Ooh, these are going to be easy to split up. Alright. So we'll just make one of those, I guess, slightly... One of the ones on the other side just get slightly more preferred. It shouldn't matter. They should all, in the end, get all the resources they want. But yeah, I guess this is the extent of the third floor that's actually going to be finished. We have all the machines that we need to build this stuff in now. We just got to connect all of it up. So yeah. Wow, look at these planets. Yeah. And we'll, actually, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Wait, this is, okay. The ratios are going to be off, but this is, stuff is actually relatively easy to split. 15 does have its pros, I guess. Mostly that it's divisible by 3. I forgot about that. Okay, never mind. I put that in the wrong place. Right, 15 is divisible by 3. No, 15 is okay for splitting, actually. It is perfectly divisible by 3. What does that produce? Wait, shit, that produces 5. Ah! And there's the problem. That produces 5, which means we're not going to have totally equal distribution, but that's 3 and 2, which... Okay, at this point, though, I'm not going to be too worried about that. Just get these guys, pull the lid off. Yeah, this can go in a little bit more. I guess belt's gonna have to hang over there. So this is 180 here. That does have to go on tier 3 belt, so we'll... Yeah, that hangs over the edge a little bit. We can... maybe we'll build like a half foundation out there. That's fine. And then we'll have the initial split here. And we'll have to have this on a tier 5 belt, I believe, because, yeah, only 480 out of the 450 that we need. Actually, no, wait, no, this is going to be tier 4. Never mind. In total, 720 needs it. Damn, I'm realizing how, like, apart from, like, mass bringing resources into the factory, it is completely unnecessary for tier 5 belts to be a thing. Or for us to be using tier 5 belts for, well, anything. For the most part. But yeah, now a tier 4 belt can come out of here. A little bit of space over here. Yeah, okay. Damn, I've been streaming for 2 hours now? Dang. Well, I say at this point we at least gotta get this factory built up. I guess I'll get all the resources off camera. Actually, I wanna... There's an iron patch right there that we're gonna use. I'm gonna, I guess, go and explore that. Yeah. But yeah, now I guess actually the challenging part is how do we... In what way do we get the belts all the way across there? I mean, I guess this belt, we could bring it over to this wall and have it just come down. Or go around the corner and then go down. Actually. Well, it could go down a little bit along the wall because... I'll say that... Once we get here... This section is going to have a flat roof. This area here is going to, at least this side, going to have a roof that slopes up to the section over there, and then there's going to be another roof that slopes up from over there onto this section, having, of course, a flat roof at a much, or maybe even just a generally sloped roof at a much higher point. So we can't necessarily rely on this wall being a thing over this way. Yeah, it is the top one there. So we can rely on it going at least partially along the wall here. Let's do that first. Don't worry about how we getting... Because I guess all the rest of the resources have to come into the factory over that way. Two, three. Yeah. If I... Yeah, the problem with this... that, so we'll have to I don't know how permanent this is. That's that that is going to be, but hey. There we go, so that'll come down along that length of the wall there, and then we simply have a tier 3 lift. There we go, that looks about correct there. Yeah, look how slow that goes up on normal fuel. Yeah, disgusting. Alright, there we go. Alright, that's plumbed into the factory now. Oh yeah, I guess I gotta deal with power. I'll deal with that eventually. Well, that'll probably be one of those things I do off stream before I get all the actual resources here. So then, for this, over that way, that's in exactly one tier 3 belt of iron worth of, see, over here is exactly a tier 3 belt worth of iron, so I guess the tier 5 belt comes in, and then we just take a tier 3 belt off, and then the tier 4 belt can go on. I don't know if the distance that this belt would be willing to work or go. Let's see. Okay, it still looks very weird on the end there. Alright. Yow! Oh. No, oh, okay, that's gonna... Oh, that... What the hell? Why does that work? Now I'm confused. Why is this work? Why is it allow this to go on? Actually, nah. Yeah, that is considered too long, apparently. Well, this looks like this should work. Okay, so what I'm gonna do then is I'm going to gonna just go for from here. We're gonna send it out to there, and then after it gets there, it'll go downwards anyway because again, the roof. Theoretically, that roof is gonna contain lighting, and probably power. I'm not entirely sure, but yeah, and probably the power for all these machines below, so that'll be fun. Having to go all the way up to the roof, which is quite far up, which is going to be honestly quite high up. Alright. And then I guess we'll have a U. Then the tier 3 belt has to go in there, I guess, on top? Sure. So that will go in there. That's tier 5. We'll split that around there. Change this section to tier 4, then go to tier 3 here to about there, and that can then come down to here. All right, this is the again. This is going to be where the iron supply is coming into this factory. Really? Okay, we can go over the wall sooner, please. There we go. All right. And then that comes over across this section by the staircase, which, yeah, let's be honest, that's not going to staircase up to this little area again, so this is going to be a little bit of an island over this way. But yeah, that is the factory conveyor belted properly there. That's the iron input. We do have the limestone and limestone, nitrogen, and coal input. So, okay, where is their limestone here? Oh, there's also limestone over this way. That'll probably be enough. A pure node, that's gonna probably be enough. So we'll probably have the limestone resource input also this way. Coal needs to come from this way, though. Because the coal is, like, way over that way. Like, that's a normal node there. That's not going to be enough. We need 270. We need at least a pure node and a tier 1 miner on a impure node, which I know that's actually quite low. So... But yeah, and also, I guess we're going to need a lot of different iron sources. So, you know, I'll scout the coals. I mean, there's impure coal over there, but I don't really want to venture all the way over that way when I don't have to. I'll deal with it. But anyhow, regardless of where I get the coal from, the coal's kind of got to come from over this way. And let's be real, it's actually probably going to come from over there. So we're not going to put an input for all that yet. We're just going to finish factory building. And that's where I'll leave off the live stream, is once we've got factory built. Built different, built better. Yeah, let's go. Let's see. Okay. This section, obviously, here is going to be... let's get this right. Obviously, this middle section, which is going to have a sloped roof, is going to be probably the hardest section to build. Actually, we can make this section only... Because it only really needs to be. And we're going to do weird fancy stuff with the roof probably anyway. So instead of the 4 tall that we've made the rest of the factory, this section can be 3 tall. And then... Interesting. Yeah. Get me out of here. Alright, you. Maybe for the sake of this, it should be... Oh, who cares? Whatever. Alright, so that's theoretically the walls this section up. So if I then go into the roofing section, which is under architecture? Yeah. So, okay, let's see. We have glass roofs, and I definitely want to make parts of the roof out of glass. For now, I'll just use fix-it roofs, because that's the default, I guess. Actually, I want to use the shallowest roof. Let's see... That is too shallow. So we'll use the 2-meter roof to... Ah, that's perfect. So this section will 2-meter roof up to what we're doing over here. Nope. Again, we'll maybe choose different roof materials and all that jazz later. Alright, so we've done that. Then we need to do the walls for this. So that's... Annoyingly, you can't zoop these things, they're kind of triangular roof walls diagonally for some reason. They don't have... Yeah, very silly that they don't have 2-meter... They do have 1-meter walls, which that works, I guess. Then, wait, are we then good for the window panel walls to continue from there? I think we are, yes. And then we can go put in the standard walls. That will be valid for that. Then we'll go put in the half walls that we need for this stuff. What? How much did I build there? Just a single one? Okay, well. There's... Oh, I guess it's in shade, that's why that looks different. And then... Why is that being such a jerk? So difficult. Okay, there it is. Okay. Alright. There, that's this section done. And actually, we might make... we're probably going to make some of these roof pieces be... what's it called? Be windows. But for now, they're going to just be flat or whatever. Or they're just going to be the generic fix-it roof. Because... okay. Because why not? And then this section here is going to be completely flat roofed. Again, or... yeah, it will. For now, I might just... actually, no, wait. Actually, I might not do this as flat roof, actually. It's going to be difficult, though, with stuff. So, like, right in this corner here, this needs to be flat roofed, that's for sure. Because I don't have any other way to slope that up. In fact, this whole section here might get flat roofed a bit, but I was saying that I did kind of want to make this section here at least though. So if we go, actually, well, we're going to make this more to a point in general than yeah. So that whole section is going to need to be flat, but we can continue with the 1 meter slope here. We're just gonna need to make sure that the corners get their appropriate pieces. Is that correct? Yes. And then the next layer can go one smaller on each side, because we of course need these corner pieces. And then we're an odd width, apparently, so we will have a bit of flat roof in the center. And actually, that will be made out of windows. Is there an outer corner? Yeah, outer corner 1 meter. Oh, good. It's not wanting to zoom these. That is good. Of course, I do need to actually fill in this section of the roof. Alright, these have to be... this is what it is. Alright, we'll go back to the 1 meter roof. And then we'll go for glass roof, flat glass. Somehow I'm out of silica. Great. Wherever will I get silica? I'm glad that this is like the one part of the factory that is up and running is the section that has like silica. So useful. Okay. Okay, but something I just hate, especially about flat roof, is that they have a direction. They are directional. As you can see, there's this one side here that has the, like, thickness on it. Why? It's a flat roof. I want my flat roof to be completely flat and homogeneous. Like, it kind of makes sense on the sloped one, because, like, it's on the downside, but there is no downside to this. Flat roofs cover large areas. They're not just, like, a single strip. Just so annoying. At least for here, where it is a single strip, you know, you can kind of just, like, pass that off as being on one side, but when it's not, it's like, come on. Anyhow. With this section here, we apparently want... well, actually, let's see... Alright, so that's the roof of that section done. I don't know how well lighting's going to adhere to that, but we will find that out in time, I guess. Or lighting and power are going to adhere to that. I guess what we need to look at now is actually the roof going over this section here, because that is... well, it's the same distance as that. If you go back to fix it roof. And this section of the factory is going to be flat roofed. Pretty simply flat roofed on the side. Alright, so then get the 1 meter incline here. That is not enough. Right, we didn't do 1 meter, we did 2 meter. Oh, so that actually... Guess I'm gonna have to go... How? Wow, okay. I did not intend that, but that is again the perfect distance. Great. And again, some of this is going to be relatively clear in the end. But yeah, that needs to be... Actually, I'll leave that as is for now, but that should have been actually steeper. Oh well. This section then needs to be fully... Alright, now I can do... No. I can start putting all these walls in then. Yes. Yeah, I can start filling these walls into what they're supposed to be. Huh, alright. Alright. That should be all the walls for the entire factory, hopefully put in properly. And then the flat roof for this section, and then we just got a flat roof this section down there. We'll put the directional side of this facing this way for now. And yeah. We'll replace these with facing the same direction now for uniformity. I guess I could have zoomed. Whoops. Alright. And now I guess we do the same for this. Put in this roof. Now this roof will of course have power connectors and lights on it as with the floors beneath, but instead of going on the floor above, they're actually going on the roof this time. I will of course get all that stuff done off camera because that's relatively boring, repetitive, menial work. Okay, and for this final row I'm going to switch the direction around so that it's hanging off the actual edge of the roof. It will look a little weird, but it's whatever. Looking at the factory from above is only something you're going to really do if you're on top of that observation tower. In fact, that's where we're going to go to end off this stream. Alright, there it is. The roof is finished. The currently bright orange. I might change it to tar or metal in the future. Metal's very expensive though. Certain sections of it are probably almost certainly going to get turned into glass. Ignoring that power slug. I ignore a lot of power slugs as it turns out. Yeah, the greenish and very muted hue of this area is sometimes very evident. So, alright, so then, by the next stream, this factory will be online and operational. Heck, it'll be well before, and we will have more fused modular frames than we probably could ever dream of. But yeah, ooh. Isn't that a factory right there? But yeah, that's, I guess, gonna... What? Okay, those lines in the roof there, on the center section. I don't know what's up with those, but yeah, that's gonna be... I guess that's gonna be it for the stream! So, I'm gonna say, thank you all for watching, hope you enjoyed, please make sure to like and subscribe. Check out my game, which is linked in the description. Turn on notifications so that you'll be notified of future live streams like this one, and I will see you all in the next. Satisfactory live stream.